endoscopy in the management of obstructive biliary disease. ERCP evolved from purely a diagnostic to an almost exclusively therapeutic procedure. Performed using side-viewing duodenoscope allows identification of major papilla. Still used in the diagnostic purpose for few conditions like facilitating manometry in patients with sphincterophore dysfunction and for diagnosis of PSC when other imaging modalities are non-diagnostic. Coming to the bile duct stones, performed in patients with moderate clinical suspicion of choledocholithiasis. Standard method for stone removal in endoscopic sphincterotomy to allow the enlargement of the papilla and subsequent extraction of stones with a balloon or basket. 80% of the stones can be successfully extracted. Alternative to sphincterotomy is balloon dilatation of the papilla, known as the balloon sphincteroplasty, using small diameter balloon 4 to 8 mm. Previous sphincterophore dysfunction, especially in young patients, meta-analysis comparing sphincteroplasty versus sphincterotomy, the rate of pancreatitis and need for mechanical lithotripsy are higher, but lower risk of bleeding. Hence, used as an alternate approach for patients with coagulopathy, underlying cirrhosis, that is CTP-C, and those with altered anatomy, Billroth 2 gastrojejunostomy. The removal of large stones, that is more than 1.5 cm, require additional technique. The commonly used ones are mechanical lithotripsy, where the stone is captured in a special basket and crushed, and intraductal lithotripsy, where a laser or electrohydraulic catheter passed into the biliary duct, stones fragmented under direct visualization using cholangioscope. Combination of biliary sphincterotomy and large diameter, that is 12 to 20 mm, balloon dilatation has been used to remove large stones and decrease the need for mechanical lithotripsy. If large stones cannot be removed, a biliary stent is placed to relieve the obstruction, and later additional procedures can be undertaken to remove electively. Biliary leaks arise as a result of post-surgical complication and trauma. Post-cholecystectomy, leak arise from either the cystic duct or duct of Leschka. Smaller leaks can be usually managed with biliary sphincterotomy alone and placement of a plastic biliary stent, that is 7 to 10 French or both. This approach diverts the bile away from the leak into the duodenum and negates the effect of otherwise high pressure biliary sphincter. Complex leaks usually require placement of one or more large caliber plastic biliary stent in combination with sphincterotomy. Use of removable SEMS for refractory leaks also have been described. PSC, treatment of dominant stricture or biliary lithiasis. Dominant stricture needs to be evaluated for cholangiocarcinoma. Routine breast cytology has low sensitivity and FISH increases the sensitivity. Choledocoscopy and probe-based confocal laser microscopy allows real-time visualization including cellularity. Endoscopic management of dominant stricture involves balloon dilatation plus short-term, that is less than 8 weeks placement of large bore 10 French stent. The endpoint of endoscopic therapy is clinical, biochemical, and radiological improvement. The success rate for this is 65 to 100%. Benign biliary strictures. Endoscopic therapy consists of balloon dilatation followed by placement of multiple plastic stents. The multiple plastic stents side by side over course of several endoscopic sessions with stents remaining in place for up to 1 year allows higher rate of stricture resolution than placement of 1 or 2 stents. SEMS leads to dilatation of the stricture over time and is removed after 3 to 6 months. For chronic pancreatitis, multiple plastic stents and SEMS are used. Overall data supports the use of covered SEMS and may be considered as a first line use over plastic. Malignant biliary stricture depends on the site of stricture, distal to bifurcation of common hepatic duct or involves the bifurcation. First, coming to the distal bile duct strictures, the common cause is pancreatic head mass. Routine preoperative ERCP for biliary decompression is not recommended in patients whom surgical resection is planned. Indications for pre-op ERCP is cholangitis, refractory pruritus, and in whom the neoadjuvant chemotherapy is planned. Use of short segment SEMS, covered or uncovered, appears to be the best option, as high rate of stent occlusion in patient undergoing plastic stent placement for chemoradiation prior to surgery. ERCP with biliary stent placement is an acceptable alternative to palliative surgical bypass. Main limitation of plastic stent placement is stent occlusion as a result of bacterial biofilm or reflex of vegetable matter Median time of stent occlusion is 3 months. Considering patient survival longer than 3 months, SEMS may be a cost-effective than plastic stents, and if less than 3 months, vice versa. Covered SEMS have high rate of stent migration and increased risk of acute cholecystitis. Perihilar biliary obstruction caused by cholangiocarcinoma or metastatic disease. Clinical success rate for achieving adequate palliation is less than the distal bile duct tumors. Adequate palliation can be achieved when one side of the liver is drained, but if contrast dye is instilled in both biliary system, then requires stenting of both sides. Few non-randomized studies have suggested SEMS over plastic stents as similar benefits for perihilar biliary obstruction as for the distal biliary. Few comparative studies have shown percutaneous SEMS placement has a higher rate of successful biliary decompression compared to endoscopic. Other palliative endoscopic treatment options other than stenting include photodynamic therapy and intraductal radiofrequency ablation. For sphincter-4D dysfunction, for SOD1 and 2 respond to endoscopic biliary sphincterectomy. SOD2 with increased biliary sphincter pressure is the one which responds to the endoscopic biliary sphincterectomy. Now coming to the complications, it can be sedation-related, pancreatitis, bleeding, perforation, and infection. Thank you.